time you put a new tape in, it was always garbled. And then one day you realized you had a bad microphone. You changed the microphone to this one. So what happens often is that people are not able to hear all of the frequencies that they need to hear. So what happens speech often is that they have different frequency ranges. For example, the vowels are more low frequency and the consonants are more high frequency. In fact, I can demonstrate this for you. If you look at this little chart here, this is what we call an audiogram. This is what we tip all of the frequencies that they need to hear. And speech typically is used to explain people's hearing. So across the top we have different frequencies from 125 to 8,000. That would be analogous to a piano keyboard from low frequency to high frequency. If you look at this, and then from the top to the bottom you see numbers from 0.
Let me take away
what we call an audiogram. This is what we do about 120, and that's analogous to the volume control on the TV. So a person with really good hearing would be able to hear all the frequencies right at 0. And let me show you what it would sound like under those circumstances. I explained people's hearing. So across the top we have different frequencies, 125 to 8,000. That would be analogous to a piano. So now if we play that same little on the top pattern of speech you heard a few from, now you've got a microphone that just doesn't work like it used to, and it can't handle FM system. So in a classroom, the teacher's voice is come to death. So now if we play that same little pattern of speech you heard a few moments ago, and we take some of those high frequencies out, pattern of speech you heard a few moments ago, we take some of those high frequencies out, and now let's listen to it compared to that's analogous to the volume control.
That's really hard to understand.
It's hard to understand because you're only hearing the vowels and you're not hearing the consonants. And again, that's very typical of people that lose hearing. Most hearing impairment is confined to the high frequencies of the now, there are other issues. I was saying, the more background noise speech you hear, so for example, horns blowing, cash register ringing, music playing, three people talking. Once the ear's damaged, it cannot handle signals, pattern of speech, so it gets bonus pieces of different signals. And so as a result of that, you may not get enough of any one signal to make it take some time to explain out hearing. So across the top, we have different frequencies from 125 to 8,000. That would be analogous to a piano keyboard. And then from the top to the bottom, you see numbers from 0.
That's really hard to understand.
And that's analogous to the volume control on the TV. So a person who's really good hearing would be able to hear all the frequencies and again, right at 0. And let me show you what it would sound like under those circumstances.
Loud noise causes permanent hearing loss. A high-frequency hearing loss makes it difficult to understand conversations.
What I'd like to do is to show you what happens when people start to lose their high frequency. So if someone comes in and we test them and we find that we're having to turn the sound up a lot louder than high frequencies. Now we lower these, so when you circle that on the chart, that means the louder we're having to make that particular tone. So for example, if you were a piano player and you had hearing loss like this, you could hear the notes on the left side pretty well, and now it's the right side. So now if we play that same little pattern of speech moments ago, and we take some of those high frequencies out, and now let's listen to it compared to what it was before.
That's really hard to understand.
It's hard to understand because you're only hearing the vowels and you're not hearing the consonants. And again, that's very typical in people that lose hearing. Most hearing impairment is confined to the high frequencies initially. There are other issues that will affect it. The more background noise you have, So for example, if you're in a restaurant and there's multiple signals going on at the same time, horns blowing, cash register ringing, music playing, three people talking at once, once the ear is damaged, it cannot handle multiple signals well. So it gets bits and pieces of a lot of different signals. And so as a result of that, you may not get enough of even one signal to make it clear. So
That's
you
really
can put
hard
that
to
on top of
understand.
the pre-existing and now you're only hearing loss, and now you've got a microphone that just does any of that you're used to, and it can't handle it. So what do you do? Generally with hearing aids, what we try to do is we try to boost those frequencies by using an equalizer in the hearing aid. So generally that will do a lot to make yours plainer and clearer. But when you're in background noise, you still have difficulty.
It's really good to spend time with you this evening. You'll need a friend
Recorder and you kept repeating over and over and putting series of tapes in, and every time you put a new tape in, it was all solo. And then one day you realized you had to change the microphone, change the microphone. And so what happens often is that people are unable to hear all of the frequencies that
and I know that sometimes you doubt yourself. We all do. I mean, we all doubt ourselves, of course, because nobody doubts you. I especially don't ever doubt you. In fact, I actually think that you are quite
those circumstances.
Loud sounds.
whenever I see you. Yes, there are times when you have maybe become sad. Sometimes the negative energy has worked its way into your day. And that's okay. The reason why it's okay, that's really, is because especially in the light of this day, you always find a way to get rid of negative energy that's being bothering you and fill it and replace it with positive energy.
And repeating over and over, putting series of tapes in, every time you put a tape in, it was all solo. And then one day you realized
Because I know it's easy to do. My friend, are much stronger than you think. And
so if someone comes in and we test them and we find that under the high frequency is an issue. There are other issues that were affected. The more background noise you have. So, for example, if you're in a restaurant and there's multiple signals going on at the same time, horns blowing, cash registers ringing, music playing, three people talking at once the ear is damaged, it cannot handle multiple signals well. So it gets bits and pieces of a lot of different signals. And so as a result of that, you may not get enough in one signal
trace the sound vibrations and send them to the cochlea. The cochlea is shaped like a snail and is the size of a garden pea. It is filled with fluid, and the sound vibrations make this fluid ripple, which creates waves. Hair-like structures called stereocilia sit on top of hair cells and are grouped together as hair cell bundles inside the cochlea. The hair cells inside the cochlea ride these waves, and the hair bundles are moved. The hair bundle on top of the hair cell turns these movements into electrical signals. As the hair bundles are moved, ions rush into the top of the hair cells, causing the release of chemicals at the bottom of the hair cells. The chemicals bind to the auditory nerve cells and create an electrical signal, which travels along the auditory nerve to the brain. Different hair cells respond to different frequencies of sound. The hair cells at the base of the cochlea detect higher pitched sounds, such as a piccolo or whistle. The hair cells toward the top of the spiral detect progressively lower pitched sounds, such as a trumpet or trombone. At the very top or apex of the spiral, the hair cells detect the lowest pitched sounds, such as sound vibrations. The auditory nerve carries the electrical signal to the brain, which interprets the messages as sounds that we recognize and understand as hair cell bundles inside the cochlea. The hair cells inside the cochlea ride these waves